first quarter, we get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. First down, it's Herbert. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Devin Bush racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got out.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Devin Bush, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he's going to go down again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. CD, there are 3 and outs, and then there are 3 and outs. The first drive of the game, not 1, not 2, but 3 straight sacks.
You're exactly right about that, and sometimes you hold up those 3 fingers as defenders to signify the 3 and out. This time it's 3 sacks in a row. What a tremendous start for them.
Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll be a 60. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles... You look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading... You're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Devin Bush in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you had... to his total.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at them. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Herbert on 1st down now. Incomplete. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Herbert. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the back. Time now to see what this defense can do. 2nd quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the off. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Devin Bush, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack in the campaign. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to look deep down the field.
2 things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Here's Jordan Berry now, standing just outside his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he fields it cleanly. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They hand this off to Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards, and the offense will... Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Of the gun, Herbert, and the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Devin Bush, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. 21 yards. Well done on the return. ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. All right, this defense back out there with the lead and also with a shutout intact as they look to finish this off in the fourth quarter. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Pulled in at the 24. A great return there of 22 yards. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles.